Hello, Booktube. It's Marilyn, and I'm back after a pretty scary week. And I wanted to thank each and every one of you who sent me good well wishes and get well wishes. After I posted on my community post a pretty horrendous picture, and for that, that was pretty gruesome, and for that I apologize. And I've graduated from this to this. Yay! So I'm back here to talk about a book, of course, but first I wanted to share some health and travel updates and about my channel. But I have a book, a very special book that I want to share with you. So what happened? I'm not sure, except that all my joints are becoming very worn, and I woke up after getting a COVID shot with really terrible pain in my thumb. So I went to the emergency room, and I thought it was going to be like with my knee. If you remember, I tore my meniscus in March, and I thought it was going to be the same kind of thing. They take an x-ray and send me on my way with some medication or whatever. But no, it didn't turn out that way. The doctor wanted to do some tests because I still had some residual fever. The hand was swollen, and there was like a red line. So they set me up with an IV, and I was sort of very surprised. I didn't think that was going to happen, and I was really feeling sorry for myself because not only was I worried about what could it possibly be, and this doctor came in and said it could be anything from a blood infection, a skin infection. They had to check because of my age. I really love that, but that's the way it is. And so all my tests came out well. I didn't have an infection, but the doctor still wanted to give me antibiotics just to make sure that everything was fine. And I was really happy, but I was still in a lot of pain. But he told, after about 3 days of wearing this horrible thing that I couldn't do anything with, I graduated to this kind of sling, and it really helped. Not to mention that they gave me pretty strong naproxen. I'm down to a lower dose now, and I'm able to move my fingers and everything. But what I wanted to tell you also was that I was afraid that my travel plans that I think I told you about, that I was going to see Jack, and that I was going with my daughter on my big 75th birthday travel extravaganza that I've been planning for like 6 months. And my knee is getting better, and hopefully my hand will be better, and I'll be able to go on this really celebratory trip and with my daughter, which I've been looking forward to for so long. But I also wanted to talk to you about a book, because of course this is Booktube, right? And I had wanted to talk about this book for quite a while, but I never found the right time to talk about it because it's a very special book to me. It was the only store-bought book that was in my house growing up. And this is not the exact same copy of what was in my house, but I bought this when I first joined Booktube because I remembered this book. And this copy looks exactly like the copy that my mother had. And it's Margorie, Morningstar by Herman, Wouk. And I tried to read it various times when I was like 7, 8, 12 even, but I wasn't sophisticated enough or interested enough to know about it. So what is it about? Herman Wouk is was a very famous author. I just found out he passed away at 104, so that's a blessing. Now, let me just tell you about Herman Wouk first. He wrote Caine Mutiny, which is a famous movie and book, and War and Remembrance. I haven't read either of these books, and I haven't read Marjorie Morningstar. Now, what I found interesting while trying to read, when I bought this book, was that Marjorie Morningstar's character was born the same year my mother was born, which was 1916. And the book is set in the 30s, and it's a 1955 novel, and it's about a woman who wants to become an actress. And it's been called the first Jewish novel that was popular and successful, but not only with a Jewish audience, but with a general one. Now, so Marjorie Morningstar, just to tell you a little bit about the plot. Her father, she's bright, beautiful, and popular. Her father is a prosperous businessman who has recently moved his family from a poorer, ethnically Jewish neighborhood in the Bronx to Manhattan's West Side. Her mother hopes that the change of neighborhood will help Marjorie marry a man with a brighter future. But Marjorie wants to become an actress. And what made me really want to read this book, beside everything that I've told you, is that the actress Scarlett Johansson expressed that Marjorie Morningstar novel felt deeply relatable to her personal experience. I read it and thought, oh my God, this is me, according to a Slate magazine article. This sentiment, along with her mother's involvement and the actress's own desire to portray the character, led to the development of a movie project based on the novel. Now, I never saw that project. I don't know if it came to fruition or not, but if you know, please let me know down below. So this is a book that I think I want to read, if I can get it in Kindle form, on my trip. And I'm very grateful that my health is as well as it is. One joint, another joint is saying we're tired, but I'm not giving up, and I'm not giving up on Booktube. However, I am, after next week, I do have one video planned, but I plan to go on vacation, and I'm not going to do any videos, but I plan to do some shorts, some community posts, and maybe show some pictures of all the places that I'm going, because I'm going a lot of places. I think I once said that when you live in Hawaii, you better go pretty far, because it's far away. And first I'm stopping in Minnesota to see my granddaughter, my son, my oldest daughter, and rest. And then I'm going to meet my daughter, and we're going to Paris together, and then to London, and then to my hometown of Brooklyn, New York. So it's a big trip, and I need to be as healthy as possible. So continue your good wishes for me. And, thank you. This community is so loving and wonderful. And in August, which is my 75th birthday, I will be here 5 years on Booktube. And it's been such a wonderful experience. I plan to slow down a little bit, but I don't plan to stop. So you can't get rid of me. So until my next video, and hopefully maybe I'll even be out of this sling or splint, they call it, by then. But it really does feel good, so maybe I don't want to be off of it yet. So I'll say goodbye for now, but of course, because I live in Hawaii, I can't put my fingers up in a hang loose that well, but aloha, my dear friends.